Hey everybody, how's it going? Long time no see. I have a ton of Blu-rays, DVDs, and 4Ks to show off today. A lot more than I usually do. I recently actually got to go. I don't know if you folks ever order from Orbit DVD, but I actually got to go to their flagship store. So I got some stuff there, which is pretty cool. I had some DVDs given to me and just all sorts of stuff. So, some stuff I picked up on my own, some stuff was gifted. Let's just start with something I'm borrowing DVDs. Let's do DVDs first, and that's The Ben Stiller Show. Very random. My friend let me borrow this. I figured I would show it off because it's kind of like not very well known, I think, and it's actually a pretty funny show. And as far as I know, you can get that on Amazon pretty cheap. So just borrowing that. Next, some DVDs I picked up, or rather, like were given to me. I think they were screeners. Atonement, never seen with Keira Knightley and James McAvoy. Never seen. I'll definitely be watching that. The Ring, full screen edition. Again, these are just DVDs that were given to me. I like The Ring. I figured I would take that. And then one I've never seen, 25th Hour with Edward Norton. If anyone's seen this, let me know. It looks pretty good. Never seen that. Looking forward to watching that. I got some more. Monty Python and the Holy Grail. This is the special edition. And I don't know if it comes across on camera, but it has a lenticular cover that's pretty cool. Tons of special features on here. There's me in the reflection. This is just a DVD, but there are tons of special features, so this is pretty cool to have. Okay, just thought I'd show those off quick. Next two, I actually bought one here that I feel, I could be wrong, but I feel is out of print. Or at the very least, it's very hard to find to watch on streaming, and that is Sunshine. Who wrote Danny Boyle, 28 Days Later. This was also written by Alex Garland, who I'm pretty sure did Civil War, and also Annihilation. Annihilation. And so anyways, this is a really good movie about, it's a sci-fi horror kind of movie about the sun dying. So a group of people are sent basically with a bomb to crash into the sun and try to kickstart like the fusion again or something like that. It's a really cool sci-fi film. It's sometimes like a little bit of it has an Alien vibe to it, the original Alien. Sometimes it's like a very hard sci-fi. It's often a very hard sci-fi. It even reminded me of the book Blind Sight a lot. I've talked about it on this channel before. It just has some smart things going on. So, good movie. Like I said, definitely no Blu-ray release as far as I know, and really hard to find. So, I'm glad I found that. Not to show off or anything, but check this out. I found it for $5.99. So I'm thinking that's a good price because I'm pretty sure I saw it like going for a lot higher than that. Next is another movie I picked up on DVD simply because the Blu-ray was too pricey for my taste. So that's a movie called Patterson by Jim Jarmusch. Stars Adam Driver and I'm gonna say this woman's name wrong. Golshifteh Farahani, who plays his wife. Sorry for the lights reflecting off of this. This movie was really good. I really liked it a lot. It was like a movie about a bus driver who wants to be a poet. It's very slow. It's very unassuming. It's a kind of cute, humble little movie, but it also has that like weird art house feel to it. Just the way the movie plays out. It's got some. There's just an odd feeling to it. The characters' intonations are odd and stilted. It has that sort of like practiced feel to it. And it's all intentional, of course, but it does that without being too pretentious. It's still cute and fun and a feel-good film. There's really nothing objectionable in it. It's like a very easy watching movie. Maybe not for everybody, but I think is a movie that is like, if you want to start to show people like art films, like this is one that's really approachable, and just I thought it was excellent. I'll be watching it till the end of my days. All right, next are Blu-rays. Pardon me, I'm drinking my coffee here. I told you I had a lot of stuff. And by the way, if you've seen any of this shit or, want to, let me know. I love hearing from you folks. I could also let you know, what you might think about it. Okay, Blu-rays. I'm going to say the name wrong, but Sity New York by Charlie Kaufman. I've never seen this. I am a Charlie Kaufman fan. Yes, I know it's crazy. I've never seen it. Anyways, pick this up. I'm very much looking forward to watching it. It's probably coming soon. Next couple days I'll probably watch it. From what I know, and from what I read on the back cover, this actually sounds suspiciously familiar to Aunt Kind. If you've ever read that book, I've talked about it a lot here. I really loved that book. I thought it was hilarious and really well done. This sounds very similar. So this might be like a prototype to that. So anyways, looking forward to watching that. Next we have a totally random movie, but a cool Blu-ray, and that is John Carpenter's, I'm real sorry for this light, John Carpenter's Vampires. This movie's not great. It's like really cheesy and it has some ridiculous stuff in it, but it is super fun. If you want a badass vampire movie, watch this. The vampires in here are kick-ass, super brutal. They fucking tear people apart. Then you got like James Woods and one of the Daniel Baldwin as like two vampire hunters. It has this sort of Western feel. You have Sheryl Lee, Ian Griffith, Thomas Ian Griffith, sorry, from Karate Kid Part 3. The cast is ridiculous, like it's just so over the top. Like it has, like I said, this Western feel, but it's also this gritty vampire film with the, Catholic Church kind of angle to it. I've always liked it. It's gory as hell. I think it's one of his last great movies. Definitely a fun watch anyways. I had to pick this up on Blu-ray because it is one of my favorite horror movies ever. And I just watched it when I picked it up. I'll probably watch it again next month for Halloween. I think this is from Shout Factory. So, again, I'm so sorry about that glare, but a really cool cover. Shout Factory, when they put out Blu-rays like that, they always do some new artwork and you get something cool. That's nice to do so you don't just get the original cover. Okay, 2 more Blu-rays here. We have a movie by David Robert Mitchell called It Follows. I'm sure you all have heard of this if you're a horror fan. I've never seen it. I watched it with my buddy a couple weeks ago, like 2 weeks ago, and I really liked it. I didn't love it. It didn't blow me away like I kind of thought it would. Like I heard so much good things about this. It is very good, and it does play on a very simple fear. Not to get too much into it, but of being continually followed and you can never get away from the thing that's following you is pretty freaky. And so this movie has a nightmare feel to it, which I love. It has a dread factor going on. It's very surreal and dreamy at times. So you often feel like this movie just takes place in a dreamlike, surreal kind of world. It's very anachronistic with the way the time is presented. You're not really sure if it's the 80s or what, from looking at furniture and stuff, but then the technology used. So it's got that weird thing going on. The first really 2 acts of the film I really thought were great with some minor qualms, but then the third act to me kind of lost it started to feel more like a generic, like easygoing late teen, early adult like horror film. It lost the pizzazz that the early parts had, because there's some really good cinematography in this movie, like really good. Is also in addition like an amazing synth score throughout. So I was pretty enamored by this, but then it kind of lost me. It got a little silly, I should say, like a Mystery Incorporated kind of stuff going on. But overall, though, a very good movie. Glad I watched it. We'll watch it again, probably next month. I'll probably rewatch it. Okay, last Blu-ray here is a movie. This was probably a 5-star watch. This shit was good. This is called Children of Men. Clive Owen, Julianne Moore, Michael Caine. And was this Alfonso Cuarón? Is that how you say his name? I never can say his name right. Yes, it was. This is a fucking awesome movie. It really reminded me of a precursor to The Last of Us. It's a guy. Well, I don't even want to. I don't even want to get into it. You could read the back cover if you want, if you pick this up, but I don't even want to spoil anything. It's a really fucking good movie. It's extremely gritty and well made and thrilling. It's one of those like road movies. Like it just is so good. Um, in a sort of, if you, not a post-apocalyptic, but almost in a sense pandemic sort of film, you know. Um, Very good cinematography. There are tracking shots in this, and I know that they're not real tracking shots, but visually that go on for like 6-7 minutes. Just great sequences, great acting all around. A very interesting story, a very smart story, one that doesn't, you know, like give you all the answers. A lot is left to your imagination and weird little things to piece together. So yeah, this was a 5-star film. It was excellent. Okay, let's get into the 4Ks. I'll try to make this quicker because this is going on a while, but first one is, I'm going to show you too. This is a weird thing. I don't know if people know about this, but you need to. The first one is The Untouchables. I know what you're thinking. Why is this in a DVD case? Because, as far as I know, whoever put this out, which I'm going to assume was like Paramount, first off, here's the case of The Untouchables. By the way, Untouchables, great fucking movie. Love it. It's an awesome comfort movie. It's super funny. It's fun. There's not much to dislike about it. It's one of those movies that I could watch at any time. And picture-wise, we'll start talking about the picture a little bit more as we get in. And I didn't really talk about the picture for those Blu-rays. Just fine. You know, like good. Nothing to write home about. I don't believe any of them were absolutely spectacular, but they were all quite good. Picture on here was also quite good, B+ or so, like decent, not amazing, but good picture. Great audio. I think this had an Atmos track. Yes, it did. Very good. Very good Atmos track. Right from as soon as you pop the disc in and it goes to the menu and the music starts, it's very good. Okay, so why is this in a DVD case? Because I think it was Paramount that put these out. These are $10, okay? So you're going to get the digital code, you're going to get the 4K, you're going to get the Blu-ray, and you're going to get the DVD. For $10. What the fuck is wrong with you if you don't buy it? No, I'm just kidding. $10 though, seriously, great. There's only a select amount of titles that are doing this. I think Mad Max was on there, if I'm not mistaken. If you go to Amazon or something, you can kind of figure out what it is. It's kind of hard to figure out like what to search to get these. Like I think I searched like 4-format DVD case or something like that. I think they're putting them in a DVD case to entice people who generally buy DVDs into maybe getting the Blu-ray or something for very cheap. This 4K that's in here is the same as the regular 4K release. It's the same thing, same transfer. This costs less than just buying the 4K. I think it even costs less than buying the DVD, at least on Amazon. So yeah, I recommend looking into those. I just wanted to point that out. There's only, like I said, a few titles, like 10, 12 titles, but they're $10 and you get 4 formats. So get it. You know, a lot of people were like, "Oh, I don't like them because it's in a DVD case." It's like, get out of here. Anyways, next is Clue on 4K. One of my favorite movies. Well, not one of my favorite movies, but it's certainly a treasured movie. Another one of those movies that I can watch all the time. I've always liked this movie. It's campy and fun and just really well done. And I like the game Clue, so that helps too. I love the cast in this. What needs to be said, it's a great cult film. I just love it. The picture was great. Really good. A softer image. Definitely a softer kind of film. Not crystal clear, not a ton of clarity, but just a beautiful look to it. A very filmic look. It looks great. A lot of great film grain. Beautiful HDR. Really good colors in this. Just a great thing to own. And a really cool cover, if I can get that without the damn... I apologize for all this glare today. Probably not. But really neat cover. And also there's an option on here to... choose a random ending. So every time you watch the movie, you can get one of the 3 endings. Okay, next is Goodfellas on 4K. Not a good picture. I mean, serviceable. People say that this is one of the worst 4K transfers. It's totally serviceable to watch. I think that that's a bit of an exaggeration. However, it's not great. And what's wrong with it? It's hard to say. There's just something fucked up going on with this picture. There's times where this looks great. Honestly, there are times where there are scenes, primarily in a lot of close-ups, where it looks like what I would expect a 4K to look like, to have just a lot of clarity, right, and detail. And there are times where it just looks fine. I just think there's like something, like the color grading is weird in here. I don't know if this is an earlier 4K disc, because it says features HDR, which is something you would see on like a new technology. The color, like the skin tones, everything looks slightly fucked up. There's no other way to put it. I do think that the palette is pretty good in here. It has that sort of pastel, paler palette that really actually looks quite well in HDR. We often say, you know, like bright colors work really well, but I think like pinks and like blues and stuff like that look good. But just skin tones look strange, like they all have bronzer on. There are a lot of dark scenes in this movie that look bad. Like, you just can't see what's going on. I don't know what the fuck went on with this. It's a shame. Like I said, it's serviceable, but something's going fucking wrong with this. Like, I don't know what they did. Thankfully, you know, if it, like, bothers you too much when you pick this up, you do have the Blu-ray? Yes, you do. You have the Blu-ray. You have 2 Blu-ray discs with this. You have the film and then a special features disc. So I've heard from people that said that the Blu-ray still looks better, and that might be true. You know, I try not to get too nitpicky with this stuff, but I think there's something there, so a little disappointing. Next is a very fun one. It is the Alfred Hitchcock collection in 4K. My friend actually got this for me, and it's very nice of him. And it's just a really, well, there goes that. This is a really sweet collection, and there's 2 other ones of this I didn't realize, so I'm gonna check into those. Of these, I've only watched Rear Window and Vertigo, so let me just show you Rear Window. I love this movie. And then Vertigo. Vertigo is a challenging movie, but I really do like it, and I love the music. Rear Window's 4K is another one that's just fine. It looks good. I think it could be better, but it looks pretty damn good. And it's a great movie, you know. Vertigo, man. Vertigo is about as good as it gets. And so, a little, like, I'm slightly like, I wonder why there's such differences in transfers, but who knows. Vertigo's transfer, man, and you can buy these, I believe, individually as well. Vertigo's transfer is very, very good. Like, it's one of those transfers, like, I'm thinking of older movies like My Fair Lady, where it's just so good. They did such a good job that it's like, feels weird, surreal to watch, because it's so clear. You know, when you're watching it, there's none of the, like, visual artifacting that your brain is just trained to see from older films that makes you think older. It's so clear of dust and everything like that, and the picture has so much clarity in it that it's literally like watching a modern movie, just with actors that are gone. Well, not Kim Novak and Vertigo, but you know what I mean? So it's just fantastic all around. If you were to check out any of them, I would just recommend Vertigo, for the quality. Next are 2 really, well, there's 3 more 4Ks, and they're all excellent. Very, very good. The best that I've watched this year. Here we have Dune, the 2-film collection. This is a pack, which was kind of cool. I saw this, it was like on sale for really cheap, and I thought, like, didn't Dune 2 come out recently? Maybe it was last year. I'm, like, really behind the times, but I thought, well, that seems like a good deal. I might as well just get it. I've wanted to watch it. So here's that, and the only downside with this one is that it just comes with the 4Ks. It doesn't come with the Blu-rays. So that's what they look like, which I think is probably just because it's a 2-pack for the movie. To keep costs down. That's my guess. Hopefully that's not a thing that's happening, because when I buy 4Ks, I actually really like getting the Blu-ray, because if I like want to travel with a few movies, and I can do that, or if I want to lend them to a friend. None of my friends actually really have 4K players. No one. Oh, one friend of mine has a 4K player, and he's got plenty. Like I don't need to lend him anything. In fact, he lends me a lot of stuff. I don't know shit about Dune, to be honest with you. I've seen David Lynch movie like one time. I don't know Dune. I've never read the book. It never sounded interesting to me. Not into it. I saw the movie coming out. I thought, not into it. I think that I am jaded after watching all these Star Wars movies, and there's something in my brain that connected sci-fi epic. Well, I'm glad I watched this and got over it myself, because this Dune Part 1 was really good. Um, I don't know how fans of the book consider this as an adaptation, but regardless, as just an entertainment piece, as a movie, I thought it was fucking awesome. It was really good, and it kind of didn't quite like it. I didn't get what Dune was. I thought the first movie was really good at showing you like how there's all these religions and cultures on this planet, and this story is bigger than one singular thing. It's about all of these cultures coming together and all of these different plot lines. And the first movie I just thought was really well done. It was slow and very like building and very intentional in what it was showing you. And I just liked it. It was like taking me along for the ride, showing me what's going on this planet. I thought it was great. Picture wise, excellent. Picture and audio, both of these films have Atmos tracks. Many would consider these to be the best of the year. Well, maybe of last year because of Dune. I don't know when Dune Part 2 came out. I like I said, I don't know. I didn't go to the movies and see this or nothing. I didn't follow the hype train for this. But yeah, Dune Part 1, Part 2, just threw it on the ground. Visually, it's about as good as it gets. Seriously, like they are reference quality discs. I think most people would put them at the top of their list. The audio is excellent throughout. The Atmos track is great. Dune Part 2, I didn't like really. Like, I barely liked it. I liked it, and I probably will watch it again, but it's going to be a tough one because, like, Dune Part 1, I want to rewatch. I feel like that's a movie I'd rewatch every year. Part 2, I don't know. It just didn't do it for me. It felt rushed. I mentioned in my review, it felt like an elevated Marvel movie. It just had, like, I don't know. Again, I don't know the source material, but for me, like, it didn't do it for me. I just felt like it was messy. I was talking to my friend, and he did mention that I think one of the writers of Dune Part 1 dropped. So they were missing that guy. I don't know if they replaced him or not, but maybe he was the secret sauce. I don't know. We were kind of like lamenting on that, but regardless, good stuff. So yeah, Dune. Okay, two more, and these are all these are basically going in order of picture quality for the 4Ks. We have Mulholland Drive in 4K. This is the recent Criterion. Maybe it's not so recent. Maybe it's like a year ago, but Criterion release. So it comes, of course, with all this fun stuff. It comes with like an interview with Lynch, and Criterion. They always do a good job. There's the blue key. It's my man, the cowboy. If you couldn't tell, this is my... Oh, there's the blue-haired woman. This is my favorite David Lynch movie. It always has been. I don't know what it is about it. If it's the noir mystery feel to it. Something in this hooked me when I first watched it. I made all my friends watch it when I was younger. I was obsessed with this movie. And I still kind of am. I haven't seen it in a long time, actually, which is great to rewatch it and rewatch it in 4K. And the 4K transfer is so freaking good. Now, very minor spoilers if you haven't seen this. But this movie, I will say, the first part of this movie has a very soft image. So don't be alarmed. Now, that is a lot of the film. It still looks great. The whole thing looks damn good, but there's a very soft image. Later in the movie is when it gets a lot sharper, and the picture is so good. Don't even really care too much, because I just love this movie. I would watch this on a DVD, but I'm so glad to have this. A lot of good special features and everything. I don't know if it's just me, but I don't like these digipack things. Like, I fucking hate this. I just want a case, because this is gonna fall apart. I mean, over time, even me just kind of carefully handling, I'm careful with all my Blu-rays, and I try to take care of my stuff. And, the corners get little dings in them. I'm being nitpicky, but I don't know. Is it just me? These things, for me, these cardboard things, they tend to fall apart. And you would think such an expensive thing. Now, I got this on sale, thankfully. But these are like $50. And I've even seen, get off topic, Seven Samurai. That's the movie, right? The 4K just got released or got announced. They want $60 for it. Sorry, $60 is too much for a fucking movie. But it's probably going to come in this thing. So that's just me. I'm just blowing off steam. Last one. Anyways, I love Mulholland Drive. 5 stars. Chef's Kiss. I love that movie so much. This movie was a great surprise. I thought it was going to be okay. It was really good. Super good. And this is the best 4K. I mean, I'm, again, very surprised. I wasn't expecting. That's Civil War. Alex Garland. Kirsten Dunst. I don't really know. Jesse Plemons is in there, but I'm not really sure the other actors' names. But let's just say starring Kirsten Dunst. This movie was great. It took a hypothetical what if America was in a civil war, and it said, let's now focus on something different. Let's focus on what it's like for people to live in the moment and a thing like that. And it focuses on a war photographer trying to get to the capital. It's kind of like a travel movie, a race against time kind of film. But I know people, like a lot of people didn't care for this. This movie it's not going to explain anything. It's like Children of Men. It's like not remotely interested in explaining and being expository and to the world building of why this is happening, because that's not really important. The story doesn't require that, and it's not focusing on that at all. So it doesn't really get into that kind of stuff. It doesn't need to. It just uses it as a setting. But you start to, you can pick it up. It's same with Children of Men. As a matter of fact, that's why we watched it, because my friend who I watched this with said, oh, I think you'd like Children of Men. So anyways, this movie I thought was great. And like even some people, not to be pessimistic, but people were complaining that it wasn't action-packed enough. Because it is a dialogue-heavy movie. Like, it's a monologue-heavy movie. But there's fucking tons of action in this. Not to get into spoilers, but there's a shitload of action in this movie. It gives you everything you want. I thought it was really good. It was really good. Probably the best 4K I've ever seen. That's hard. Like, I have Godfather, Coraline. Those are like I always say those are like the best I've ever seen. This is the best. There are shots in here. The whole movie is consistently gorgeous, but there are shots where it's like, how does it look that good? I know that they had to shoot this on digital cameras. That's like why it's so clear. I'm one for film grain, which I don't even think you get in this, but maybe they added a little in. But wow, it's like, why does it look so good? This movie doesn't need to look this good, but it does. It just there's so many breathtaking shots that it's like fucking whoa, and a great Atmos track. So anyways, if you like this movie even a little, like, buy this, and you're gonna be very surprised. It's by far the best looking picture I've seen all year. It's one of my top movies I've seen this year. Very, very good film. So anyways, that was a lot of shit, but I had a lot of shit. So thank you so much for watching. If you've seen any of these movies, let me know. You got any new pickups or anything you want to talk about, that's cool too. I'm sure that's probably not going to happen, but that's okay. Anyways, peace out, everybody. Have a great day. I'll see you next time.